The success of our community lies in part in the work that others do to give back. When I was first introduced to the next speakers during the inaugural year of Reading University, I quickly learned that they are a force to be reckoned with. With a vision firmly in place in a very short timeline, Reading University quickly grew from 30 students in its first year of 2009 to a projected enrollment of 135 grade 3 students this summer. Linda and Rhonda Side, that is worthy. Linda and Rhonda Side have an incredible ability to bring people together and create magic. They truly embody the definition of philanthropy and servant leadership. Please welcome Linda and Rhonda Side.
Good evening. We weren't sure if we were turned on or not in the microphone. How do we get our PowerPoint up? Are we up here? There we go. So thank you very much for having us. I don't know how much you might know about Reading University or how much you might not. As Charlie said, in 2009 we were 32 students. We're not educators. We don't even look like educators. We have been educated, arguably. We're community members, moms, we're just local business people. And in 2009, about this time of year, in the middle of May, we were approached with a problem and a possible solution to the problem. The problem is kids in grade 3 are at a tipping point, and sometimes they take the wrong way. They're going from learning to read to reading to learn, and it's a precarious place, and we do lose kids there. So they brought us a program. They said, "Do you think you could help us get it going?" We had about 6 weeks, and we did. First year with Charlie, 32 kids with the Grand Prairie Public School District. It went pretty well, strangely well. So the next year we opened up the program to all the local school districts with the Grand Prairie Regional College, Grand Prairie Public School District, the Catholic School District, Peace Wapiti. We all came together in a relationship to build this program into something. We didn't operate in the way a school operates, so we've had some successes with that. So I guess to that point, there. So what we saw was a need for something to change in order to affect success with these young children. And I think the way that we looked at it was not dissimilar to the way that we look at our business, and that is that we're in this incredibly dynamic world of change. So why is it that the model of education that was developed post-war in an industrial economy still exists today as the bones of these things? So earlier this year, one of our very significant partners said to us, they called us for lunch, and they said, "Don't you think after 9 years that it's time that we institutionalize Reading University?" Did you hear the death knell? Yeah, we just went, we were gobsmacked by that. We've been to Alberta Education, we've been to the minister and the DM, and they said, "Do not let us touch this thing, because we will nuke this as fast as we got that thing started." And so we said, what we need to do is impose some of the things that we do in business on our little program and bring it into this era. So that's what we've done with Reading University, and I think that it's, so what we'll do tonight is tell you a little bit about the success that we've had with that and how we hope to grow it throughout the future. Oh. She's really fast with the clicker. I am now. One of the cornerstones of Reading University has been or it's grown into a creativity with how we attract teachers. Not just how we attract them, it's how we vet them. We're a center-based learning program, and the teachers, and this is a coveted job, this 3 weeks in July, they come to us with the program. They come to us with their center, at least an outline of it, an idea. They start with the result and work backwards to the program they build to get to that result. It's very focused, it's very creative. The teachers own it. They own it. They built it. They're invested in it, and they're invested in the outcome of every single kid who walks through that classroom.
That's right. So these are the things that we have to juggle while we're starting the program, and the things that make this work. So when you consider that there has to be this engagement, and that's what that icon is meant to. It's meant to illustrate, and that this engagement has to take place at every level. So whether it's the children, the child, family, we have all these members of the community that are collaborating, and that's the key mantra in business, isn't it? It's about collaboration and consolidation, and make sure that you understand that everybody that is going to have some impact has input into that program. So we ensure that that happens right from the families to the districts to the instructors, the families, we're community, the people that invest in this program for us.
What I did mention at the start was that this is a community-driven program where we're partnering with all of those institutions. It's community-funded and community-driven. So for every child in a C10 community university, it costs about $2,000. We get half of that in gift in kind, and Linda and I go out and get the cash for the rest. We feed the kids, we bus the kids, we pay for the teachers, for everything. Everything is covered by this community.
So we continue to clearly communicate that. Our job really is to be cheerleaders for this program, to make sure that the money is there for the children that are nominated at this time of year and get to attend in July, but that we keep this engagement and investment of all the stakeholders all of the time. But in terms of the actual program, I mean, there are some things that are really hard to secret sauce. So one of them is clearly the enhanced teacher-student ratio.
Not just the ratio, which is awesome and can't be duplicated inside of a school system, obviously, for obvious cost reasons, but the center-based learning and how we come to those centers.
So typically in our centers we have 10 students, and for those 10 we have two. We initially started with one educator, one assistant, and now all of our instructors are educators. There's that sort of cachet attached along to this program, and because it's really a nirvana for teachers.
Now, as we mentioned, we're not educators, but we do have one who is our leader of that end of the world. Her name is Helen Neufeld, and she's a retired teacher and community.
There's nothing retiring about her. I'm sure as you've met her, you understand that completely.
We call her the Dean of Mean, but she's not mean at all. She is focused, and she does a fantastic job of being the wizard in the middle of the chaos, making sure everyone stays on task. And the task is to get that grade 3 reading.
Yeah, at grade level, by the time they read the program after really 15 days of instruction, it takes a few hours. But the team is clearly committed, and with laser focus, they go after success. We don't stand for anything less than that. And if you could be inside of this college during those 3 weeks, you would see the kind of energy that you'd hope to be able to bottle in any primary school facility. Really, really incredible.
The crucible.
This is where the rubber hits the road, and this is where we play a rather significant role in influencing what happens in this program, and that is all of our good intentions remain at the grassroots level of the program. And we've had like our partners have said, you must institutionalize this. We say, you know, this is how it's going to roll. Where every child exhibits some need, they will not be denied access. If that means we have 350 kids in Grand Prairie that need to be there, then we will get the payment and raise the money in kind for those students. Non-negotiable for us.
No.
We make sure that we have healthy lunches, healthy snacks. Transportation is provided for the children. So if they're out in Lawrence, we try and find a way to get them here. We have the dubious distinction this year of having our first international
student. We got one coming from Scotland.
which provides it poses a bit of a transportation challenge.
We got one of was tricky. But we've got kids from all over the region, and it's an excellent mix. The first 35 kids to sign up this year were from Spirit River, Rycroft, Fairview.
So as educators, you're probably aware of the process inside the elementary schools if you know about Reading University. And these kids are nominated by their teachers. So this isn't something that Rhonda and I have any involvement or influence, although we are often tackled in the street by parents who say, please get my child in. They're at a J and they have to be at an M or whatever it is. We do our best to make sure that every child gets in there, whether they're on the cusp of that or not.
And though I said I wouldn't say it out loud, I got my back-wondering child because he needs his son in. But we do keep the focus on, as much as once people get into a role and they get into a program, I'm thinking of our teachers, even Helen, our principal, they want to stuff it into a box. So it's our job to make sure that it's the right box and that it doesn't institutionalize.
That's right. So if you have a couple of minutes left, do you want to tell them about your own personal story?
If they've heard it before, they're just gonna roll their eyes and groan. But it's an important story because it's not just my story. We've heard this story time and time again over these 9 years from parents. They approach us in the courtyard here at the college on graduation day, choked up. They can hardly believe the difference in their child. And for us, in the first year of Reading University, I happened to have a grade 3 student my son, who was having difficulty reading. He told me in June, Mom, I can't read. I can't read. It's almost unbelievable for me. Beside my bed, there's a stack of books. On the other side, on my husband's, there's a stack of books. We've been reading to the kids in vitro. Reading is what we do. We couldn't get him over that. Couldn't get him past. But we're not educators. So these 3 weeks in our first year of Reading University, he had a blast. Well, that was a lot of work for him to have a bunch of fun. But he was a little easier about reading with me and that sort of thing. But I think it was September or October, he got up in the night, he had a bad dream. He came and he woke me up, and I took him back to his bed and got in with him. We were tucking in to go back to sleep. And he reached over and he turned on the light and he grabbed a book and he comforted himself back to sleep in the book. In June, he couldn't read. It makes an enormous difference to give a child just a little push. It has to be the right push. And I think we've got the secret sauce.
So this is a grad class from a few years ago, but they have, I guess we need a bigger screen for this year's grad, but there isn't a child there without a smile on their face, and their families are equally as pleased with what happens here. They own this college, they call it their campus, and they believe that one day they will be able to attend, and it could have been in April that they were, felt challenged that they'd be able to read, let alone ever go on to post-secondary. So the other thing that we do in terms of the program, is every fall we hold a hole-in-one golf tournament out at the dunes. It's really well attended, and this year our theme was, I can't remember what the drink, Burt Reynolds or something. We had people drink those, so everybody had to wear a mustache. But I think the key to success in business and in education and in community is that while the work you may do is very serious, you really can't take yourselves too seriously. And we don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.